Welcome to Down the Forest Path podcast and Happy New Year. This podcast I'd like to talk a little bit about resolutions and the older form of oath making. So in much of Western culture at this time of year, we make and we try and uphold resolutions for the year. Some see this as a trivial thing, a bit of a joke, while others see it as a chance for self-improvement. The majority of people will resolve to try to exercise more and eat better. Losing weight is probably the most popular one. Dry January is something that's also become popular in the last few years, where alcohol is avoided for the month. Resolutions come from traditions of oath-making and were once considered to have a lot more weight than they do in modern times for most people. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of oaths and resolutions and putting your might behind your words. For those who follow a Germanic Scandinavian spiritual tradition, they will be very aware of how making oaths and resolutions can affect their lives. It is part and parcel of your being that what you do and what you say falls into the well of weird and becomes part of your life and your fate. It also teaches the importance of consequences and repercussions should you fail in your word or deed that you have oathed or sworn to do. In the past, we had a culture where reliance on others was a big part of life, where it was easy to see how dependent we are upon everyone and everything else for survival. Today, we can have a bit of a hard time understanding the importance of this concept. We can live our lives without talking to our neighbors, for instance, or without talking to the people who grow and deliver our food, or to those who make the decisions on our local councils. We can begin to feel like we don't need anyone, that we are completely separate and can manage quite well on our own. And this only works if the status quo is upheld, which, as we have seen in 2020, can all go to hell in a handbasket at a moment's notice. We are utterly reliant on others, even though we may not have face-to-face dealings with them. We are reliant on the ecosystem, on all other forms of life that share this time and this space with us. We are all connected. So what does this have to do with making resolutions or the former practice of oath-making? Well, if we look back to Germanic Scandinavian traditions, the well of weird is that which waters the tree of life. Every action, every word and deed, every oath and resolution that we make falls into the well, which is then used to provide nourishment and sustenance to Yggdrasil, or the tree of life. We are part of the tree of life, so everything that is done affects us in some way or other. When we break our word or our bond with someone else, it has repercussions. We may not be aware of what they are, but every action has a consequence, no matter how large or minute. We tend only to notice the big ones, not realizing that every choice we make, every word spoken can affect us mentally, physically, and spiritually. When we have a greater awareness of this, we can act better, and for the betterment of all, for everything is connected. Otherwise, we are nourishing the tree of life with broken promises. Ancient Germanic and Scandinavian culture had a system to make reparation should someone fail in their word or oath. And this is somewhat reflected still today in our legal system, where you can receive compensation for a wrongdoing against you. In ancient times, this compensation wasn't an easy thing to give. It altered your life in very real ways if you broke your word, and so sticking to your word and following it through made your life easier. Today, the importance of our words are easily forgotten. We live in a world of words, where there are so many that they can get lost in the jumble that we have to deal with every day. So let's stop and think about our words, what we say and what we do, how we manifest our daily lives. How can we change these? Well, paying more attention to them is a very good start. Following them through to see where they lead is a great way to expand upon this further. If you made a resolution to exercise more, Pay attention to what you do and say regarding this resolution. It's important as well to really think before you speak and not to make resolutions or oaths willy-nilly. If we mindfully craft our words, then our lives will follow more easily on the paths that we wish to take. Mindful of our words and deeds, we can take this more seriously and see the benefit to sticking to our words and upholding that which we really do want to manifest in our lives. So your resolution this year might have been to exercise more. If you don't uphold this, if you don't really pay attention or mind your words, you will fail almost straight away, and that has an effect on how you think and feel about yourself. You're not putting your energy and your will behind your words. Words are just empty air coming out of your mouth. You will still be in the same place as you are now. But if we do put our will behind our words, they will manifest and we will reap the benefits. You will stick to it, you will feel better and be physically healthier if you vow to uphold your resolution for the year. It's really that simple. So, this year, let's take a cue from those who take resolutions and oaths seriously. Let's put our energy behind our words and make a real change in our lives. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be better, and we can all do this together.